Hey guys, I'm back. You're probably wondering where I've been. Maybe not. You probably didn't even miss me. I don't even think you missed me, so I'm not even going to get into it. But I'm back, and I'm here. We're going to do some Super Bowl stuff. Let's go ahead. I got my notes right here, and let's get started. So first things first, I want to thank you all for being a subscriber. We've finally reached 100. I passed 100, so that kind of inspired me to come back and start making more videos. So we're talking about the Super Bowl here, San Francisco and Kansas City. I have to be honest, my numbers had San Francisco -3 on a neutral field. I kind of like San Francisco. I'm looking at the total, and I like the under, but I think I'm going to pass on that, and I'm going to pass on the side because we have no idea what's going to happen. This game is going to be so close. It could be a blowout, but it just seems like it's going to be one of those games that come down to the wire and down to a field goal. So my focus is mainly going to be on props. So I do have a bet on the game. I'll get into that in just a minute. First, I wanted to cover some of these props that I have my eye on. Now, just so you know, I'm not totally 100% sold on all these props. It's just ones that I like that maybe you could take a look at and make your own decision. This whole video is based on you making your own decision. Don't follow everything I say because I could be wrong and I probably will be wrong. But at least I'm going to give you a little action here that you could, if you can't decide. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to refer to all my notes here, and let's start with some tips. Tip number 1. Don't get carried away and make too many bets. I mean, think about it. If you put $100 on the game, let's say you take a side, you put $100 on the side, and you bet $200 in props, you bet $50 on squares, you win the game, you lose the props, you lose the squares, or maybe you win 2 or 3 of the props and you lose everything else. You're going to end up barely breaking even. So make sure your bets are mathematically sound. And when I say that, I mean make sure that they fit together. Like if you like Kansas City to win the game, make all your bets on Kansas City. If you like San Francisco to win the game, make all your bets on San Francisco. Same with the total, over and under. And that brings me to the next tip. Don't bet more than you can afford. This is very important, and this goes for all gambling. It's very important that you stay within your limits. And in the Super Bowl, you gotta think it's just another game. Props have been up for a while. The overs have been slammed. They're going to get slammed more and more and more during this weekend. So all the value on anything over, anything yes, is probably lost. So you might want to focus more on unders and nos on all the props that you can handicap. I'm not talking about what color the Gatorade is. I don't touch props like that. You can if you want for fun, but I don't do it. And like I said before, I like San Francisco in this game, but I'm just not confident enough to actually put my hard-earned money on it. This game could go either way. Whoever you like, just go with it, because I don't think there really is a right or wrong answer. I think anybody who's giving you tips, who's saying like, yo, San Francisco is definitely going to win, or Kansas City's definitely going to win, there's no real handicapping. This game the numbers are right. They're like right on. My number at San Francisco -3 means nothing. That's just my personal, what I think. It doesn't mean I'm right. So let's get into some props. Right, I have them right here. First one I like, Patrick Mahomes to have 2 or more touchdown passes in any quarter. I like this prop because for 2 touchdown passes to happen in 1 quarter, that's not a lot to ask for. The number on this is +250, so you're getting 2.5 to 1. Patrick Mahomes throwing 2 touchdown passes in 1 quarter. It could be a low-scoring game, and he could still do this. Kansas City's been starting off slow in these last few games. Maybe at least like during the playoffs, they've been starting off slow, and they pick it up later. If Mahomes gets going, he's going to easily make that. So I really do like that prop. Last play of the game will be a quarterback rush. I say yes at -175. Now, a quarterback rush could mean a kneel. So if a team is up ahead, I mean, how many times do you see a kneel down at the end of the game? How many times have you lost that bet and saw that quarterback kneel down? It hurts. But then it goes the other way, too, when you see him win. I love that. Will there be a score in the last 2 minutes of the first half? This is the best bet in any NFL game. If you go back, you could see that the last 2 minutes of the first half is usually a score. There's usually either a field goal or a touchdown in here. It happens way too many times. Now the line on this is minus 350, so you're giving up, you got a 350 to win 100. It's not a great line, but it will happen. If you want to parlay props, if your book allows you to parlay props, some of these might be good to get in there, but I really like this one a lot. I did it for years and years until the public caught on. It used to be minus 150. Yeah, seriously, like over 10 years ago, that line was like minus 150, and that was my auto Super Bowl bet every year. And then it went up to 170. Then it went up to 200, 250. Now they got 350 on this. The value's not really there, but it is if you want to add it into a parlay, because it's a probable thing. It's probably gonna happen. Some of these props might be good for parlays, but we'll see. Early total opened up at 51.5 and immediately got bet up to 53. This is like right after the playoffs. And if you look anywhere, they're always going to have the 53 recorded as the opening line. But 51 was the true opening line before it got hammered out by the Sharps and brought up to 53. Now, the betting has come in on the over, driving it all the way up to 55. And then, right now, today's Thursday, I'm recording this, so things could change. But the Sharps are coming in and taking the under. It knocked down, I'm seeing it knocked down to like 54.5, 54 in some places, and bouncing back and forth. But it's kind of hovering around 55 right now. Like I said, all this could change because I am recording this on Thursday morning, just so you know. So one strategy people like to do is buy in at the 51, buy the over, and then when it hits 55, 56, buy the under. If you're one of those people and you miss the opportunity, you still have another opportunity to try to get some kind of a middle, and that is betting that the total will be between 50 and 56, and that pays 6-1, which could change. I've seen 4-1 this morning when I was checking, so I think people may have caught on and started doing that. But if you want to get kind of a middle opportunity there, that's always a good bet. Okay, here's another one I saw. I just saw this morning too. Will there be a fourth down conversion? I say yes, and it's marked at minus 110. That's great odds for a prop in a sport where this is happening more and more. I could tell you pretty much every game I've watched, probably 60% of them, one of the teams have gone for it on fourth down this season. It's been a serious, like last season it started a little bit, but this season teams have been doing it a lot. I think getting minus 110 on something like that in a Super Bowl on two teams that could easily go for it on fourth down, that are confident in their offense. Okay, now for the dumb props that I said I don't bet, but there's actually a little bit of skill in picking these ones. So the first one, will Trump congratulate the winning team on Twitter? Minus 500. I say yes. That's probably the closest to a lock you could ever get in betting anything, is Trump congratulating the winning team. Another one I like, but I don't love. I just could maybe dabble a little bit into it. Will the Groundhog Day be mentioned in the game? Odds are plus 200, so 2-1 that Groundhog Day will be mentioned somewhere in the broadcast. It is on Groundhog Day, so maybe, I don't know. And I don't really know if it's ever happened before, but if you want to do a fun prop, I think that's a fun one that could actually pay out. Alright, here's some more props that I was kind of scanning through and picking out here and there. Just ones I like. Again, I like them, I don't love them. Will Patrick Mahomes score a touchdown? I say yes. That's plus 350. Now, you got to think about this. They're at first and goal. They're at the goal line, 5 yards or less. That quarterback sneak is a real popular play, especially for someone like Patrick Mahomes. Or an option play where he ends up running it in off the left side. These kind of plays happen all the time. So at 3.5 to 1, I think it's worth a shot. Will the game be tied after 0-0? And I say yes at minus 110. And the reason for this is the spread. It's a 1-point spread, 1.5 right now, I think. These two teams we're expecting a close game. It could be a blowout, of course, but we are expecting a close game. So for it to be tied at some point, I'd say it's very probable. I mean, that could really easily happen, and the odds are good on that. Will there be an overtime? Everyone says yes. It's 8 to 1. It's probably down now. I haven't checked it in a while. I think it may have actually been down to 7 to 1 last time I checked. I can't remember. But everyone says yes. And in a game like this, it's one of those things that I used to bet all the time and I stopped. But in two teams, this is really a good matchup. This is not like the Super Bowls we've seen in the past, with most of them having the Patriots. These two teams are really evenly matched up. I mean, you have a slightly better offense going against a slightly better defense. But if you really look into it, both these teams are pretty close. You have a difference in players, but handicapping it, any kind of edge is not there. I don't see it. Okay, this is one I saw. I saw it on VSiN, and I can't find it anywhere. Anywhere where I could get a prop bet, and I can't find it. 9.5 players with a rushing attempt. I would say under 9.5. That goes at minus 115. That's a good bet. You got to think. You got at least 2 to 3 running backs on each team. That's even if there was 3 running backs on each team. That's 6 right there. Okay. And then you get the quarterbacks, 7, 8. You throw in a wide receiver, that's 9. I don't think both teams are going to do a jet sweep where they have a wide receiver running. They could, but that's with 3 running backs on both sides. That means someone's got to get injured. I know San Francisco can rotate their running backs. Kansas City, I haven't really paid attention too much to it, but I think that's a pretty good bet. All right, and the big play that I like is the first half under 27. Now, right now, I'm seeing it juiced up, 120, 130, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till like Sunday morning. I'm going to see where this goes. Right before I hit record, I noticed it was at 26.5 at minus 110. It's getting slammed right now, but I think with people coming in, especially in Las Vegas, the weekend, and when the public comes in, the public starts betting, they like the overs. I bet that over first half is going to get hit a lot, and it's going to go back up to 27, and hopefully I could get a better price on that. But I'm just waiting, because I like minus 110. I don't like minus 120, 130. I like minus 110, or it's a no play for me. So, first half under 27. Try to get it at minus 110 if you can. I would even take 26.5 if I could get the better juice. That's just me. You don't have to do it that way, but long term, that is the way to play. Now, if you look below, you see my Twitter handle. I will be posting more props all through the weekend on Twitter. Ones that I like, ones that I think are looking good. So please follow me on Twitter, get those props, and I hope that your selections are going to be better than mine. In fact, I want you to tell me below what you're betting on, because I really want to know. If one of you can convince me to take a side or a play on the total, I might do it. But I got to hear from you, and I got to know what you're playing. So, Go ahead and follow me on Twitter to get more tips as we go along. I also share a lot of information from good sources. So my handle's, it's going to be a pretty good one to follow this weekend. I'll keep everything in check. And I wish you the best of luck in this game. I really hope you cash some big tickets. And if you need a place to play, check it out below. And for now, that shall be it. So, I will see you next time. Stay gold.